Here is a simple Python code to compute frequency of letters in a text file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first create a text file, and this is the simplest way I can do it. With open-text-file.txt, I'm in write mode, and the name is going to be myfile1. And I'm going to myfile1 write this text, so it will be a text file. Let's execute that. Okay, so the file is created. What I'm going to do is now I am going to read the file, and the only reason I'm doing it this way is because I don't need to worry about closing the file using this way of writing the code. So, okay, so it's asking me to enter the file name. Of course, it's going to be textfile.txt. Okay, so that is done. The content is read, and now it is closed because the way it's open through using the with statement. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a reference, and then using that reference I'm going to compare the content of the file with that reference to figure out the frequency of letters. And the way I do it is this. So what's going to happen is this reference contains all the letters in English, and then this portion is going to consider all letters in the reference and count them inside the content that is read from the open file, and record that into char count. And then for char count 2, it's going to just count the number and put it there. So let's run that. So it's asking for the file name again because it's running the whole thing. Okay, so let's just okay, so let's just enter the file name. Okay, so it's done. Now the last step is just printing and displaying things. So I am going to print the outcome. So what's going to happen is, again, asking the file name because it's running the whole thing again. Okay, and there you go. Here are the outcomes. So as I mentioned, inside char count, I have a record of each letter and the frequency of that letter inside the open text. So in this case, letter A was repeated 27 times inside this text that was written into the file, and the same thing for B, 5 times, and so on. And these numbers, 27, 5, 7, 10, are also recorded in char count 2. And now here in this code, in this portion, I'm just printing the char count. So I am printing this portion, which is shown here, this guy. And now in the second portion, I'm just using a loop that for each component of char count list, then I'm going to print the percentage, what percentage of the file is letter A, B, C, and so on, using this command. So I'm just going to limit the percentage to 2 fractional digits, as you can see here, 996. So this 96 is the limit by this control, and also the letter. So it's, for example, saying 9.96% of the file, and the name of the file is textfile.txt, is letter, and then it's going to replace this coming from this portion, and so on. So you can see 9.96% of the file textfile.txt is letter A, and so on up to 0.37% of file textfile.txt is letter Z. Hope this helps.